You ever find yourself one of those overlanding adventures turns into a really long day, gets late at night like it is now, and you still got 2 hours to go to get home? You want a cup of coffee? You ever tried to stop at some of those gas stations and get coffee at 11 o'clock at night? It's pretty bad. Got set up for your camping needs. You don't have to settle for that. Let me show you my brew kit. Alright, so there's my Jetboil. I picked up some Peet's. This is the Dark Roast Major Dickerson's blend. Got my cup. And most importantly, need my pour over pot. Right here. So I am a self-professed coffee snob, and I admit it. It's okay. I go prepared. So I got my little Jetboil system. I'm going to boil me up some water, do a nice little pour over of a nice dark roast, good and fresh, and that should make the trip home a lot more pleasant. A lot of traffic out here at this time of night. That ready? Get you some water. One thing about these Jetboil systems, they do not like to be heated up without some water in them. Well, that was nice. The nice people that were doing the closing here at Tractor Supply stopped just to make sure everything was okay. Make sure I didn't need anything. No problem with me being here. They just checking on me. So that was nice. I like to use a paper filter in this thing. You don't really need to. It's got a little strainer. But for some reason, I think it makes a better cup of coffee if you use the paper filter. I think it slows down the drip rate a little bit and makes cleanup a lot easier too. So we'll put the right amount in there, and maybe twice as much as what they say you should. I do want it strong. Coffee right back in the box. And this thing should be boiling. Well, it's starting to boil right now, and it shouldn't take more than about 2.5 minutes. And while that's happening, I'll zip up my filters that I keep in a Ziploc bag. Put that back in my little brew kit. Put all this stuff off to the side, just in case I have some spillage. And get my leftover pork rinds bag ready to put my filter in, because we will take that with us and dispose of it once we get home. Alright, we got good steam going. I've been doing this for a while. This is a very small version. I guess it's maybe half the size of what I have at home and at the cabin. And I have found it just to make some of the best quality of coffee. You can take a lesser quality coffee and use this brew system and have a really good cup. Alright, that's starting to boil. I'm going to leave the burner going. I'm going to give that my initial just get the grounds wet. Adjust my filter a little bit if I need to. And the water is now boiling. I don't really want it at a hard boil. I think a lot of times, a lot of the drip coffee makers and all, they actually get the water too hot, and it destroys some of the oils or something in the coffee, and you can actually do it harm. You lose a lot of the flavor when you destroy those oils. So I usually, once it starts on a nice light boil, I'll start my initial pour, get those grounds wet. I think that helps it too. And then let it continue until it's at a rolling boil, and then just cut it off. And it'll cool off in a very short amount of time to where we'll get the perfect brew. It only takes a couple minutes. I would say most of the time, in the amount of time that I would stop at a convenience store, or if you could find a coffee shop open at this time of night. Around here it's not very likely, but by the time you stop and go in, get a cup, and get back out to your truck, I can stop in an empty parking lot somewhere and make my own, have a better quality cup of coffee, have exactly what I want, always fresh, always hot, and I don't think it really costs me any time at all. Sometimes in inclement weather, it's a little bit of a challenge to find an overhang to get under. But other than that, it's usually no drama. All right, that's all done. Then my little drying trick, I just fire this up on low. Turn that cup upside down for just a second. It don't take long. A little bit more. And there you go. It's all dried out. Don't have to worry about getting any water back inside my box. And it's amazing how fast this thing will cool down. But I've got a piece of wood that I can set it on if it's not convenient. And it looks like that's about done. Fold up our filter. Put that in our trash bag. Set that over there. Man. It's hard to do anything with this busted up wrist. And there we go. A nice cup for our travels home. Alright. Clean up is no big deal. Wash it out with a little bit of fresh water. Put this in another bag so it doesn't spill. Leave it here in the back of the truck till we get in the next trash can. And we're off. Let's give this Peet's a try. Oh, that's good. That's good coffee. That is very good coffee. Nice aroma, strong, no bitterness. It tastes just like it smells when you open that bag up. They say it's a dark roast. It's definitely a dark roast. I like it. All right, guys, thanks for joining me for this little short on just how to make a cup of coffee on the road, my preferred method. Until next time, I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bushcraft, home of global safety and survival. God bless.